Harry Mitchell.
Jordan Midler.
Welcome to Castle Dimitrescu. This is Resident Evil Village, and I am not playing it right now. But you know who is playing with my heart?
Oh, good lord.
There she is.
Hello.
The
Right,
big woman herself.
How you doing?
This is Resident Evil Village. Due to some embargo restrictions, this is a compilation of about 20 minutes of gameplay from my playthrough. There will be no spoilers in this, don't worry. Anything that would be spoilerish has been blurred out. So it's a Resident Evil game. This is the first section where you're in this castle trying to escape. And like in Resident Evil 2 Remake, where Mr. X was ready to punch your balls in at any time, the big woman's here. Now, what do you know about Resident Evil Village apart from the big woman? Is it anything?
Not a whole lot. I seem to be more linked with the kind of the horror aspect of Resident Evil 7 than wait, am I thinking of 8? What am I thinking of?
Resident
Evil 8.
This is 8. This is 8.
Rather
Resident
than
Evil
the
7 is the
original
one in the house.
Yeah, rather than the original third-person kind of view on camera angles. But yeah, a lot. Honestly, it's a lot of the big woman. The big woman was in the first trailer, and I think they just kind of lashed onto it because it was a viral craze or whatever.
Yeah, she's not the. I thought she would be more involved than she actually turns out to be, but I like her. I like her story. I think her voice acting is really good, and her castle, which is this first area you explore through, is so cool. There's so many wee intricacies.
This looks really amazing.
Yeah, it is a fantastic looking game.
It does look like a Hitman map as well. I feel like I might see someone like in a bald some bald bloke in like a janitor's uniform walking about.
Or like a celebrity outside being like, I just can't get in. I don't know how to get in. Where's my key?
It's like, man, I really hope this chandelier doesn't fall on my weak skull.
So you saw there, I put in a specific key, and a lot of it is that you come to a door that will need a specific key, and then you run around trying to find that key.
I noticed like some keys took a while to actually open.
Oh Christ!
Oh, hello!
There she is. That gave me the fright of my life when because I didn't know she could come into this courtyard. I thought she had a limit to where she could go.
No, she can just go anywhere.
It's her gaff. She can do what she wants.
It's true. I mean, it's her place. She can go in the castle ground if she wants to.
Yeah. This part of the game feels a lot like Resi 2 Remake in the sense that it's very self-contained. It's very like I knew where I was going. Like I could remember a lot of the rooms. Whereas later in the game it opens up a bit and it becomes a bit less memorable, which I actually think like weakens the experience. I think I'd prefer more time in the castle.
Everything just looks so. What's realistic is the word. Like you just literally just opened a real drawer and just picked a real thing out.
The lighting's insane. It's like completely uncompromised. It's like this is how bright this room would be if it was just like the light sources involved. It's very good.
I barely saw that guy. He blends in the background a little bit, which I suppose is part of the charm. I've noticed people are already modding this to include like Thomas Tank Engine and Barney Dinosaur and stuff like that.
People ripped that demo apart and put all sorts of fun stuff in it.
So I want the big lady Dimitrescu. Moving on.
Lady
is that
Dimitrescu.
Is she just always following you, or does she like patrol and have the same thing where it's like she can clock onto your location and then you can hide and she will be like, oh, where'd you go?
I presume she's on a loop, but it hides its mechanics quite well. You can't really, apart from the audio design, which is amazing, you can't really tell where she is until you like open a door and her big bonnet pops through it.
So it's not like Amnesia where it's like there's a lumbering guy who's kind of awkwardly, you can clearly see shifting left to right. Oh, here we go, a bit of Majora's Mask. No, not Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, whatever. Song of Time.
Better playing the old piano. There's a lot of nice stuff like this, where it's just like wee clever one-off puzzle mechanics, which is Resident Evil's always kind of thrived on.
You can put little baked beans on a bit of sheet music.
But yeah, it would be stuff like this. And earlier on, there was a thing that was like the secret to the door lies in some kind of in the music or something like that.
Love to put a giant iron key in the middle in a slot of my piano. Incredible. Also, I feel like the last thing I want to do is, first of all, play the piano, and second of all, break giant vases. I feel like I'd be trying to be quiet in this scenario.
She's like, now where did that come from? And
I
my
played
my giant vase. Oh Christ, she heard us.
Hello. Have you noticed that she's quite tall?
Nah, I haven't, mate. Huge arse as well. Don't know
Maybe
if you can tell.
maybe the character's just my size, and that's actually just a normal woman. He's just a 4'5" legend. Mask of Pleasure. That's what I've got on right now.
So those masks are like the first big puzzle. You have to go through the castle and get 4 of them. She just absolutely twatted me.
You did get.
So here are one of Dimitrescu's daughters, which are 3 kind of mini bosses throughout the castle. But they don't like the cold.
Also popular. Cosplay icons as well.
They couldn't stand being up in Scotland. Although it's actually quite a nice day today.
It is true. Glowing.
Perfect day to sit inside and play a game so dark that if it's during the day and there's any sunlight in your room, you won't be able to see what's going on.
I know. I won't lie. Like, she's like, "Why are you doing this? You're not really doing anything. You're just kind of just wandering about." Oh, there you go. Put some bullets in.
Shooting up the bits, mate.
They remind me of the witches in Dishonored 2, but I'm not sure if you've played that.
There are witches in Dishonored 2.
There are witches in Dishonored 2,
You're
and
joking.
they teleport around. And they're all locust. Well, she's a locusty. Ugh.
Something that's consistent throughout all the boss fights in this game is they're pretty underwhelming. It is a lot of just standing in front of them and battering them with bullets. Like, even if she slaps you up a bit, like,
you did get slapped up a bit.
yeah,
Just went from the Hall of Joy. I noticed.
you can just check your.
Their inventory system looks quite cool.
Yeah, it's the old Resident Evil 4.
The classics.
Yeah, kind of Tetris vibe. It's very satisfying when you get it to perfect and there's absolutely no free spaces.
Everything where it fits. Oh no, she's looking a little. Ugh. Hello.
Your right hand, what jacket?
Okay.
Pick up her torso.
We souvenir.
Yeah,
in a collector's edition.
Yeah, if you're going somewhere like Castle Dimitrescu, you're going to want to pick some things up. So then it gives you one of the masks. Mask of Joy.
And we're trying to collect the masks.
Okay, now we're a few hours later, and here's your big man, the Duke,
How
who
you
is
doing?
your shop, and also a pretty significant story character. His involvement is deeper than I expected. I was always absolutely full of money. Like, every time you kill a big character, you get one of those like crystal torso things that sell for so much. So you're never wanting.
Okay. Have a wonderful adventure.
I mean, goddamn, this whole place looks incredible.
Yeah.
The landscapes look amazing. More key stuff.
Keys to unlock doors. That is a lot of this game.
Like a good key.
Don't want to waste my bullets. Just knife it open. So this is the village of Resident Evil Village. You come here initially before you go to Castle Dimitrescu, and it's.
Oh, that
look
looks
at
cool
that!
as hell.
Look at
God
that!
damn. Can you actually? Do you travel up there and to the castle? Is there like a lot of?
You go over like I think it's like a forced perspective thing where it looks so much bigger and further away than it actually is. Like, just up that hill behind me, you go over a bridge and you're basically in like the bills of the castle. That's kind of how the game starts off. But this is you coming back to go after. So there's 4 lords of this village that they've shown off in kind of pre-release footage, and this is you going after one of the later ones. So you have to go back through the village to find out, like, if there's anyone still here that can let you go get them.
Fucking someone just absolutely threw himself through a window and you're checking cupboards.
Need to see if there's a chainsaw in there.
They're trying to find rat poison to get my target. You didn't lock it. Hello? Oh, do not check that bog, whatever you do.
Nah, it's fine. It's no bother. Don't worry about it.
The sound design does sound nice.
Yeah, it's a game for headphones. I would very much recommend some headphones.
Can you shoot the birds?
Yes.
Very important question. Oh, fuck yes, game of the year. Hello.
Although there is a bit later in the game, or it might have been earlier, depending on when this part happens, where I literally had to take my headphones off because the noise was so fucking disgusting. That was like, I can't deal with this.
I just simply never wanted to hear that noise in my life.
Could probably move this somehow.
Should be strong.
Ethan Winters, who's the main character's internal dialogue, is often that blunt. Just like, yep, this is probably a puzzle that I could solve.
This door needs a key. Hello? If I was a horror protagonist, I would say I'd be doing that all the fucking time. Is anyone there?
See, this is actually strats,
Yeah.
because I didn't see this on my first playthrough, only when I went back to get this footage. Shoot that down, you get a bit of shotgun ammo.
Nice. It's a bit of environmental
Bit of environmental storytelling. The guy's bird turned into shotgun.
Bit of spoilers to the story there.
Oh yeah, that's what all this is about.
The movie. Yeah.
Ethan, you have to investigate this town. Everyone keeps turning into shotgun ammo.
That's a reference to the movie Birdcage
See?
featuring Robin Williams.
R.I.P. He loved Resident Evil.
Oh. This looks like a experimental cyborg man. Oh, that looks
Strangely
very old.
low res.
Weirdly low res. I was gonna say maybe it's like oh.
You get
so
it.
got lots of fucking oh, hello. That's fun. You try to paint in some numbers and suddenly big John.
Alright, Big John's got no chance.
Oh, big spike ball. Jesus, he's already dead. Jesus.
Get him chipped. You never know.
Need to go to a. Did you see someone, mate? Like, is everything okay at home?
So yeah, there's a lot of like locked safes and stuff like that, and you'll be like, oh, what's the combination? And you'll turn around and it'll be like, remember, the combination to the safe is blah 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 blah. Don't tell anyone. Although there was one instance where there was like 5 different combinations that it could have been, and I got so like my brain got so hot trying to work out what it was that I just stopped.
It's just too complicated.
Yeah. You
Like,
just
so-
picked up the protagonist there, Jack Handel.
So it's not a complex puzzle game as
No,
you
not
would
at all.
probably expect. But
It's like it's adventure game elements,
Yeah.
but not even that complex, really.
it uses its environmental bit. And see, this is what I associate with Resident Evil as well. People on roofs, kind of hopping out of nowhere and slowly coming at you in a staggered but aggressive way. Ooh, I like the little dodges.
Yeah, they're
Ooh.
harder to hit than you'd expect. That is also like attributed to the fact that the gunplay isn't fantastic. The gun's still really heavy, and I don't know if that's an intentional thing, because even when I messed about with sensitivity, I could never get it to the point where I was like diming people, you know.
There's a chance it's trying to replicate the kind of original style of Resident Evil in a certain way,
Yeah.
but still trying to keep a balance of making it enjoyable still.
This is blurred to protect those who want to play the game.
Yeah, it's actually got horrific language, so we have to cover up the. That's not true.
The character doesn't just suddenly have extreme glaucoma in the front
Yeah.
20% of their vision.
Actually, spoils the finale of Line of Duty at the end there, so we had to try and cover that one up. I'm unsure why they included that. Kind of a UK-based show, but
Yeah. This is set in the UK though. This is Hull.
Honestly, you could be right.
Nah, Hull's colder. So there's a lot of these wee buildings where you don't necessarily need to go into them, but
that-
if you do, there will be.
I saw a cat carrier and I was like, oh Christ.
It's a
Where are you
pig.
going? My Far Cry instinct picked up. Skin it! Make some
You-
gloves!
You can kill the wildlife and cook food at the Duke's Emporium to like get health and stuff like that, but I never really engaged with it. It's not really that necessary.
Yeah, you can be a vegetarian in this game, so.
Yeah.
The vegan route.
Somebody
Okay,
has to.
yeah.
The amount of people that are eating each other here, man.
I know, man. Someone's got to take a stand. Just at Lady Macros' place asking for soy milk.
Asking for some kind of milk.
Alright,
Um,
alright.
So there's like the pacing wise, it's usually big set piece and then like a wee travel through the village to do a few bits that are more like this, more Resident Evil 4-ish.
Oh, hell yeah. Like dousing yourself in like antiseptic or something.
That sorts you out.
Chemical fluid. Not sure what chemical fluid, but we're just
really
going to chuck it on our hands anyway.
I really like the color grade throughout the whole thing. It's like so grim and so like kind of
hello,
modern
big
horror.
boy. Hello. Big
You can
wolf
see
metal
the
man.
exact moment that I decided that this is not worth it.
And he's surveying the situation.
Checking his guns.
What do I got
realises
here?
He has nothing.
Don't really have anything here. Do I want to embarrass myself for the recording? Do I want to? Do I want to die and
Is
have
there a way to do this?
Harry Mitchell take the piss?
Hide behind a tree.
Oh no. Oh, so you're not even. I thought you were just dead there, but you've just been absolutely noshed off.
Then it's quite forgiving with how many times you can get your head bitten off.
It seems like quite a forgiving game in general for a game that seems like
I think I died
brand
like,
up being very scary and brutal.
I died twice across my entire playthrough, and both those times were on boss segments where I didn't really understand what was going to kill me. So yeah, it's not hard. There's obviously a myriad of difficulty options where
Oh, you've trapped yourself in here now.
you can like die in one hit, but also the zombies are idiots. They're quite happy to run away if you just jump in a window.
Fair enough.
We're coming to the conclusion here. Resident Evil Village, I think the first half of it is fantastic, but it kind of loses some of that towards the end. And I honestly wish there was a bit more time spent in this village. Well, there's the end there of what we could record, but I think more time spent in the village and more time in the castle at the start would have made it a bit stronger. But what do you think from what you've seen there?
As a very limited Resident Evil fan, I thought that looked really good. I mean, it looks very much like it's going for the nostalgia Resident Evil factor to it. It's still trying to keep itself loyal, so I feel like a lot of new players might be finding that a bit strange, but
Yeah.
I think the environments are incredible. I think it looks a little bit just easier to play and not just very, very punishing. I kind of like the fact that it's a little bit forgiving. And yeah, I think that's really interested me. I think it looks terrific.
Yeah, it's almost a game that you wish you could just like detach the camera and fly through to take pictures in, because it looks so nice. Like it's so
Absolutely.
incredibly
But-
detailed.
But instead, I'm getting absolutely shanked by a large metal wolf man.
Yeah, but if you'd like to hear more, my review of the game is on the website and it'll be linked in the description. We also talk about it quite a lot on this week's The Overlode podcast, which should be out as well at this moment if our synergies all line up. But until then, thanks, Harry.
Thanks, Jordan.
Support for Overload is provided by our incredible patrons. To support us and receive access to perks and exclusives such as Patreon-only video series, check out patreon.com/overload or click the link in the description. Thank you.